Go ahead and
Come
start.
on, come in closer. Come in closer. Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, folks, what's happening, Roland? Hey, well, we're at the Bassmaster Classic with my son Scott. He's ready to take off. What do you think, son?
I'm excited. I've got about a 40-mile run. They just did the national anthem. The fireworks are about to go off. The crowd's about to cheer, and I got to get in my boat and get ready. But Dad, we're gonna try to pull off something special. If I can catch, here's what I want you to do: be praying for 4 big smallmouth and 1 big largemouth. I need to figure out the largemouth bite too.
He can win this tournament, the Bassmaster Classic. I've never been able to do it, but he can do it. I'm telling you.
So I'm gonna get ready.
Okay,
you
son.
hang out with them.
Okay, son.
I'm gonna go hang out over here.
Okay, I'm gonna be talking about all the classics and all the great fishing. And my son, I'm so proud of him. He has done so well. And there's Suzanne, his wife, and she's all ready to go, and she's cheering him on. And so we're all just so excited. There's a field of about 50 here at the Bassmaster Classic. We're in Knoxville, Tennessee, on the legendary Tennessee River. I've never won a tournament on this body of water. Scott's done really well. He's come in really high in the top 5 a couple times. On the next leg down, I've won a couple on Watts Bar, and I've done really well down on Chickamauga and all these other lakes as well. So I'm quite familiar with the Tennessee River system. What happened this week for Scott was that it had a debilitating cold front that came through just a couple days ago, and he had ice in his guides just almost every single day. And so he was trying to find a pattern. And nobody here really caught anything much a couple days ago because the water temperature was way down, about 10 degrees warmer or colder than it is right now. And now it's warming up. And we all know this, and this is the whole key, and of course I fish Florida all the time. A warming trend is better than a falling water temperature. So when the water temperature rises like it has this last 2 days, and even for the next 2 or 3 days, you're going to have some pretty good fishing. So these guys, and Scott's a pattern fisherman. You notice he's got 8 or 10 rods of all different sizes, and he's going to try about 30 different patterns. He knows where some fish are. He knows the potential of this lake. He's ready to rock and roll right now. He's got his forward-facing sonar all ready to go, and his boat's all set up. This is the actual Yamaha system and the big skeeter boat. That's the skeeter boat. Now, I don't know. It's good stuff. But anyway, to talk about this week, this has been a really great week. I'm guiding now in Central Florida, and I'm down on the Headwaters Lake chain, and it's so cool. My guide business is really so perfect, because what I do when I pick up somebody on the dock, first thing I ask them, I say, what's your biggest bass? What's your personal best? And this last week, I had a couple of different parties that said, well, their personal best was one guy had a 6-pounder, another guy had a 5.5-pounder. Well, that's something I can catch each and every day. I can beat those kind of records. And so that particular day, I think I got one guy an 8-pounder, another guy a 6-pounder. They both had their personal best. But on top of that, what we're having with the shiner system particularly is sometimes we'll have as many as 50 bass a day. And that's the kind of thing. Oh, by the way, how much time is there now?
3:19.
Huh?
3:20.
3:20. Okay, I'm just kind of going along. I just wanted to see what I'm doing. But anyway, what's happening on the guide situation is that with shiners, I can really find a lot of it. See a lot of fishermen that come down to fish with me. They've never really caught a big bass, or they've never had the experience of fishing live bait. And I do think unconventional. Now, what I do with live bait, everybody thinks of a shiner fishing as just a little bobber, and you sit there and wait, and there's not much happening. That's not the way I shiner fish. The way I shiner fish, I do about a third of my fish on free lines with no float at all. A good portion of my fish, maybe 20% of my fish, on dead shiners on the bottom in the channel. And then I'll do a lot of drifting. I'm actually drifting through the areas, and I fish a lot of structure. I use my forward-facing sonar as well. I look at the weed lines. I actually spot fish and throw shiners to them that way. And then, of course, if I see one on a spawner bed, I'll also take a shiner and put it in the spawner bed. So there's a lot of things going on. But here's the neat thing. Son, we'll see you later. Good luck. Okay, he's ready to rock and roll. He's going to win this tournament, I can tell you. But one thing I do with my shiners that nobody else seems to be doing is that I catch my own bait. Now here's the key to really good bait fishing. When I'm fishing, I throw a big cast net, and it's a big 10-foot cast net. I try to get like 10 dozen shiners. The shiners are worth like $25 a dozen, just a couple $100 worth of bait. And so I use that much bait a day. And here's what makes shiner fishing so interesting and why I want to explain this. In the state of Florida, you can use more than one rod. So say there's 3 of us in the boat. I can rig up 6 rods, for example. Say that's 2 for this guy, 2 for this guy, 2 for this guy. And I'll be and I'm not fishing. I'm actually not setting the hook. So I'll make this guy the designated angler, or I'll make this guy the designated angler. So a fish will go down and say, here, take this one, here, take this one. And sometimes schools of fish come by. When you have 6 rods out, a school of fish will come by, and 2 or 3 or 4 of the rods will go, woo! A couple big ones, a couple little ones. And so it can be pandemonium and can be very, very exciting fishing. And so what we have is we have a day on the water that's probably the fastest action you've ever had bass fishing, because there's 2 or 3 rods going off, and I'm handing you 2 or 3 rods, and it's just really good. But here's the whole thing about shiners: the fish average twice the size, so we catch an awful lot of fish over 5 pounds, and I've been averaging about 10 good fish a day, like 10, say 5-pound fish a day. That's kind of been my average. Anyway, there's one other thing that I wanted to talk about, and that is this summer I've just gotten a new airboat, and I really have a really big deal with the airboat fishing. I have a couple airboats, but one of them, the new one I bought, is capable of running up grassy banks and over levees, and it's real stable. It's got power poles on it. It's got a depth finder. Of course, there's GPS. It's got a trolling motor. It's tricked out. It's got everything you could ever have in an airboat. And plus for 3 people, it's a great thing in the summertime, because I have a couple lakes in that St. Johns River Marsh area, places like Kenansville, places like Three Forks, places like the Stick Marsh. I can run on Garcia. I can run the airboat over levees and go into all these places and catch some beautiful bass that are inaccessible by a regular boat. And so consequently, we have a brand new fishery in the summertime. Here's the thing about the summer fishing. Florida has cooler weather than you might realize. I've lived in Oklahoma, I've lived in Florida, I've lived in all these places, and the east coast of Florida is some of the cooler waters because the ocean breezes are coming. A northeast ocean breeze comes in every day, and so it hardly ever gets over 85 degrees, so you can fish in the summertime. And so when I'm going to plan my day, I'm going to probably fish from about 5 o'clock in the morning, say in June, July, and August, 5:30, all the way up to just say 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and that'd be a pretty good day. That'd be a really interesting day. But anyway, that's kind of what I'm going to do. Listen, how much time now?
7:39.
7:39. Well, we're getting there. Okay, well, I try to get about an 8-minute deal on these updates. But I just want to tell you that the Headwaters area is alive and well. We again are leading the state in the creel studies, all the creel studies. All these people, they're all on the bridges. They're rooting everybody on. All the boats are taking off. They're running up the river now. I think Scott's about ready to go. He's 29. He's 30. Anyway, Scott's already gone. But anyway, I want to thank you. One other thing. I work at Bass Pro Shop. I'll be here in Knoxville at the big expo, and by doing that, they really like the likes. So hit the likes button. I really need likes. All the people that watch this video, just hit the likes button. It'll help me out. Bass Pro Shop will be happy, and we'll be all going. So we'll give you an update on who wins this tournament, the Bassmaster Classic, for this year in Knoxville, Tennessee. And I hope it's my son Scott. We'll see you again soon, and thanks for watching.